but you're definitely through. We know that much.
Yay!
No, you look to be playing some good stuff. Certainly, I think probably the best out of everyone we've seen. I know Albin's undefeated, but he's been dodging bullets left, right and centre.
Yeah, well, the match against Albin, I had, I think, 2-3 mistakes out of a safety, and he played actually good shots, but in the last rack he came up with good kick shots and never left me a shot, so... And then all of a sudden I scratched and he ran out. Happens.
Does indeed, as Kazakis gets this match, the final match of the evening, underway.
It doesn't really have a good shot. I mean, he can cut it in the top left corner, but he's also jacked up above the 8. Might play safe. Looks like he's going for it.
I think you'd go for this, wouldn't you, Josh?
Depends how I feel.
Yeah, I think you go for this. He'd love to miss the 5 ball. If he can do that, he's probably going to attempt that, but might play off the edge of the 5. And he's missed the 1. Josh?
Yep, hit it too thick and also too slow in my opinion, because he didn't really come around the 3 ball. And left Jayson a bank shot.
Seeing as Kazakis has just missed the 1 ball, we may as well have a little chat about the pocket size. Any information on the pockets? Do you like it? Are they not tight enough? Are they too tight? Are they perfect? What's your views?
Well, sometimes on the stream it looks like they're too big actually, because you're not really shooting into the pocket but still goes in, but it's just sliding, and 4 inches still, it's very tight in my opinion, so I really love it. And sometimes you see the great players missing easy shots because of this pocket size and they're not really used to it. So I think it's good, even though we play on the race to 5, which makes it more interesting.
Yeah, of course. There was a lot of talk about the race to 5. It's obviously a short race, but obviously we're well into the thick of the matches now. We're like 2/3 in roughly, and if you look at the league table, I bet a lot of the pool fans worldwide would maybe pick it very similar to the way it looks.
Well, actually, when you see on the league table, you see the better players also always in front. So like Shane, me, Albin, but sometimes, of course, like Kachi, for example, who's struggling. But in a race to 5, anything can happen. You have 15 matches for sure, so you always have a good chance.
Yeah, Jayson, he has started to lose the plot a little bit in his last few matches. Maybe that dad bod's taking its toll. Fitness is not quite what it used to be for Jayson.
Well, actually, he should be in a good fitness because he did a 714 run on straight pool, which actually shows how fit he has been. And he did it in, I think, in less than 5 days, which is crazy.
Fortunsky just misses the 8 ball there. You could see it on table 2. He's playing SVB. Talking about that run of Jayson's, obviously it's a big number. We know that. What is your biggest run
in straight pool?
Yeah,
311, but on a tight table.
As tight as this one?
Oh no, a little bit bigger. I think 4 and 1/8.
Okay. Now, is that something you've thought about now Jayson's run this number? I know it's not like a tournament or anything to do with that. It's not sanctioned and sort of doesn't mean anything like that. But in the world of pool between you pros, it's like a bit of a, well, I've got the biggest number. Are you going to have a go at some point if the schedule allows you to?
Yeah, it just depends on the schedule, really. Because actually you have to plan like a couple of days for it. Because making it within 5 days is just crazy, you know. And now you have to beat 714 balls. But actually, straight pool used to be my favorite game, so I think I will try it, but it will be tough, that's for sure.
Look at that, Jayson Shaw misses the 7 ball and flukes the 9. And while he was doing that, SVB missed the 9. Maczynski's missed the bank, so SVB's back at the table.
Yeah, it's not an easy shot, but he's the favorite to make it. Season pretty good with the second place in the Derby City. I lost to Sanchez in the final, but I'm really looking forward to the World Nineball Championships.
Anything else that stands out? Surely the European Open.
Yeah, this is going to be in Germany, which is so unbelievable cool. I'm really looking forward to that one, and especially the US Open.
So you just want them 3 titles, yeah?
Well, and also the World Cup of Pool.
Well, you're the defending champion,
yeah.
Unfortunately.
I beat my idol in the final.
Darren?
No, you. Carl Boyce.
Yeah, that's a funny story. There's a video of Josh floating around when... How old was you?
13.
He was 13. He did an interview and somebody's asked you who your favourite player, and little squeaky voice Josh, oh, my favourite player's Carl Boyce.
Yeah, that's right.
It's kind of funny.
So, Jayson actually hit the rack quite good, quite square with a lot of power, but quite unfortunate that he couldn't make a ball on break. So that brings Alex back at the table.
Trying to draw the cue ball back in behind the 9 and the blue 2.
Yeah, good speed. Well done.
Give us a clue here, Josh. Jason's going to get the jump cue. What's he trying to do here, do you think?
Well,
he's obviously going to try and hit the 1, we know that, but is there any kind of like percentage play he's thinking of? Can you spot anything?
Extension, please.
well, with this distance and the 1 ball at the rail and the cue ball, I think he will try to create something. I don't know. I don't really see a good chance to play a safety or go for a ball. Maybe bank the 1 ball in the top left corner or something. I don't really know.
Oh, he's actually gone back for his cue, hasn't he?
Try to kick it. No. Curve. Wow.
That's a nice shot.
Wow. Great shot by Jayson. Created big distance on the 1 ball. On this table, it's not an easy shot. Pretty missable. Wow. Great shot, but came too far, the cue ball.
Yeah, it was a nice pot, that, from Kazakis. Does look like you can see an edge of the 2.
Extension called.
Maybe he can't, Josh. You would think if he could see a little bit of the 2 ball.
No, it looks like he can play, but he's just thinking what he's gonna do with the 2 ball or cue ball. Like both. Oh. No. Well, he ended up quite alright. Didn't really leave much. So he's maybe trying to cut the 2 ball into the long rail and leave the 2 ball. to at the short way behind the 9 maybe. Bring the cue ball back.
Yeah, I think he played the shot you suggested. Wasn't attempting the pot, and he's hit the shot way too thick. Kazakis can cut this ball in the corner.
It's just a question what's he gonna try. Going into the 9 and stop the cue there, or just spin it around. I think spinning around is the easiest and more you can play with more control. But wow. Yeah, good shot. Great angle as well. Just draw it back a couple of inches. Playing the 4 on the side on the top left corner.
Over on table 2, SVB is playing Poland's Mirko Fortunski. SVB's played 2 matches today and he's lost them both. He lost to Joshua Filler and he lost to Yap. Didn't really do anything wrong in the Yap match. It was just one of them games, and he's 3-1 down to Fortunski. So SVB might play 3 matches today and not win any.
Yeah. With the level we have here at the Premier League pool, it can happen in race to 5. I mean, sometimes you don't make a ball on a break and you're all of a sudden 3-0 down. It can happen. So what's he gonna try with the 7 and 8? Is he trying to play the billiard and make the 8 ball? Or try and go into the balls?
Yeah, I was just going to say, would you ever try and go into these? If you miss them, maybe you would leave a bank into the side.
Yeah, it's a good point. Well, actually nothing can really go wrong when you try to go into these balls.
A bank shot it's going to be. You've definitely got to attack this bank. Unless, with the cue, no, you've got to play the bank, haven't you?
Depends on the angle. It's not easy to see from here. But I think he's going for it. Yeah.
He's got to play this with a bit of pace. Because that diamond where his hand is to the diamond where the 7 is.
Oh.
And it's too much pace.
Big chance for Jayson.
Yeah, Jayson fluked the 9 in the first rack, let's not forget. And now he's going to come to the table with just 3 balls left. Not seen many banks in the side, actually. We've seen a lot of banks hit both jaws.
Well, he might well do it again. I mean, if he pockets the 7 ball, cue ball comes actually towards the 9.
Well, you've heard it here first, folks. Might do it
Look
again.
at that.
Yeah, he's tried it. Well, I mean, like you say, it was more about the cue ball. He would have known it could go over there, so that's a bonus.
Yeah, just need to focus on making the 8 ball. Good job.
Yeah, last few matches for sure have not gone too clever. He's played 7 and he's won 4. So this will just put him back on a little bit of a good motion again. He leads Kazakis 2, backs to 0. And here is Fortunski playing along 1 ball. And he misses that one. SVB's back at the table.
Yeah, the 1 ball is actually makeable into the side, and then I think the key is having a good angle on the 5 ball going to the 6 ball. It's a nice layout for Shane, and I favor him to run this rack.
Yeah, that's a pool play right there. Not just looking at the 1 and the 2, looking at the full table, just assessing where there may be a problem or a key shot that comes up.
If he lands straight on the 4 ball, he just needs to stop it right there on. There's the angle. I think he still can hold the cue ball there and then follow it. No. Okay.
Looks okay. I think he can just play it with a bit of left and stun it onto the side rail below the middle.
Yeah. Just roll it in and then play the 8-ball in the bottom right corner.
One thing you will never see is you will never see Shane Van Bonen give up. He'll always keep fighting till the end. He's landed a little bit low on the 8 here though.
Looks like he has to come around, all around the table, 3 rails. Uh-oh. Watch cue ball. There's a scratch. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Power shot.
Would you have gone before the middle there, or would you have
Or in
gone
hand.
above like Shane?
Start the clock.
Well, depends. I couldn't really see the angle from here, but maybe before, and then with more spin. Spin it around 3 rails.
So the mistake from Shane puts Fortunsky on the hill. It's not been Fortunsky's best week either.
Trailing 2-0.
Yeah, it's a big match for Fortunsky. Good hit by Alex on the break, but the cue ball is not there where he actually wanted to have the cue ball. And we're gonna see a push out here.
Push out called.
And there's the push call. You always have to call push out to the referee. If you don't and just play a push out, it is a foul.
Which happens already in the match against me. Omar did it against me. Didn't call a push out.
Have you ever done that?
I don't think so.
You're far too smart to do something like that, aren't you, Josh?
Well, if somebody does it and not call the push out, and the referee gonna say foul, because sometimes when you play in a just normal tournament like the Euros or something, you don't really when it's obvious you don't call the push out, you know. But obviously in a big tournament on a big stage, you have to call it. When you don't, it's a foul, obviously.
Shaw's just looking to bank this one ball straight up and down in a straight line. Avoid the double hit, which won't be much problem. And get the cue ball up on the top rail, kind of in a similar path to where the
Play again, please.
purple 5 and the red 3 is. Now he's give it back, but I think Kazakis will just play the same shot.
Yeah, I would like to know how much he can see from the off the one ball. But I think just playing the one ball over the short rail coming back is the smartest shot now, but depends. Wow, good shot.
I'm surprised Jayson didn't take that on, but each to their own, as they say. Didn't look the most difficult of shots, did it?
Well, yeah, it's just all about the speed, really. Because if you hit it too slow, you maybe leave the 1-9 combination or just leave a shot. Maybe he was afraid of leaving something. I don't know.
Yeah, Jason's got to be careful of that. It doesn't get too much into the cue ball, because you can scratch in the bottom right if you do. Needs a little bit of luck.
Yeah, that's safe. Wow. Yeah, I'm wondering if he can make the one ball. Looks like.
10 seconds.
Gonna try to hit it over 2 rails, over the short and long rail. Wow.
look at this. Is it Alex's turn to put the hook back? Now, this isn't too bad. The jump shot, Jayson's very good with a short stick. So you fancy him to pop the one. But he's still got to play a good shot. Look at this. Just comes down and hooks Jayson behind the 8. 2 ball is kind of over the pocket, but the cue ball will be travelling. Needs it to come away from this 3 ball. Has he got there?
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, he's hooked. So that means he probably has to kick from off the short rail. He's trying to curve. No. Oh, he's trying to bank it, I think. He's trying to bank the cue ball. Yeah, there was the double kiss. That's a big opportunity, I think. Or is it a save? Jesus.
Extension?
Yes, you have.
Extension.
Extension, please.
So you can see the potting angle here because he's just come over to have a look. Maybe he has to put a little bit of left on it, but usually the top players would play this with a bit of left anyway. Hit that clean, went in really clean. And this is for Chunski over on table 2. This is for the match. Cue ball needs to slow down. It's going a little near the side. And that's okay. He can actually get his cue through the middle pocket here, so that isn't as bad as it looks.
10 seconds.
And there it is, the 9 ball for Fortunski. He beats SVB. SVB loses all 3 matches today. Fortunski wins his 2nd point of the event.
But it looks like Alex has an awkward position here. It's a wrong angle, in my opinion. So
That's what I wanted to ask you, Josh, before the break and before you leave us. You're just doing the first 3 racks. I've noticed you've been with Alex Laley recently.
yeah,
Sneaky little practice session there. Anything you'd like to tell us, or are you going to keep it to yourself?
well, actually, we played a lot of one pocket, to be fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was he taking money off you, or was you taking it off him?
No, I had to spot him, obviously, but he was winning.
Oh, sneaky. You didn't tell me that, did Laley? Taking the kid dinner money.
Yeah, but to be fair, he played really good. He outmoved me.
Yeah, he's been stalling. Don't worry about that. So Kazakis has made a mess of the positional shot. He's got the short stick. He's trying to pop this 7 up into the top corner. And he
That was
misses
close. This will be the chance for Jayson to go 3-0 up.
All 3 racks, Jason's literally come to the table with a 7 ball.
Yeah.
So this 9 ball, it's not been an absolute clinic from Jayson Shaw, but he's won all 3 racks, and it's a much needed match for Jayson. And we'll find out how this match unfolds after this short break.
Josh Fuller's day's work is over, both on the table and behind the microphone. These are the last 2 matches out there. Jayson Shaw not potted that many balls, but he's still very much in the ascendancy, Carl.
Yeah, it's been a funny game for Jayson, really. Just sort of coming to the table near the end of the rack and just putting a couple of balls. It's always nice when that happens, don't get me wrong.
So this is the sole focus of attention because of Mieszko Fortunski's 5-on win over Shane Van Boening, who, towards the end of the day, faded.
Well, just look at the action he's got on the cue ball here. All the way back. Actually nearly scratched in the corner. Now, we've not seen many of these balls knocked in all week, have we? Let's be honest. This type of shot where it's full length with a little bit of pace.
Well, if you want to nominate anyone to do it, Jayson's your man. Oh, living up to expectation.
Yeah, he hit that ball real sweet, didn't he? And just notice where the cue ball went. He didn't overdo it. He just wanted to leave himself a shot on the pink 4. He did a similar thing earlier on. Played a thin cut. Cue ball went twice across and scratched, so he needs to smarten his act up on that kind of shot.
And although there was no cause for real alarm, Shaw went into this match keen to get a win on the board. It certainly looks that way now. We have seen recoveries from 4-1 down, but not from 4-0 down. And that just underlines the reactiveness of this cloth. It is so easy to zip the wide ball back.
Yeah, and the fact that Jayson uses an extremely long cue, that shot is a lot easier. And that simple 9 puts the Scotsman on the hill.
Whitewashes over the course of the 3 days have been in distinctly short supply. Maybe the last match on day 3 is going to supply a rare 5-0 victory. You have to regard Jayson Shaw as one of the favourites to win any tournament he enters. Of course, he's been watched extensively on YouTube, hasn't he? They put the Jayson Shaw match against Judd Trump on in the US Open, and it's been watched so many times.
Yeah, it's had over 1 million views, that video, on the Matchroom Pool YouTube channel.
By the way, Carl, we were talking about this earlier, so let's talk about it publicly. And this is no criticism of Judd Trump whatsoever. As you know, I'm a massive Trump fan.
The 1 ball passes the 2. cue ball is on the rail, so that's going to make Kazakis bear down. I think he could even afford to clip the two. I'm not saying it's a big pocket by any stretch, and he won't be trying that. He's trying to pot it clean. I'm just thinking of crazy things. Maybe I'm not thinking of crazy things, Phil.
Well, you called a foul shot earlier on today.
That wasn't a foul in the end. That was Skylar Woodward's match. Jayson's trying to lock the cue ball up behind the two, and he does a splendid job. And Kazakis has got to hit this, because if he doesn't, ball in hand, Jayson will be flying at the 1-9 combo.
And what a spiteful hook this is, especially being so close to the cushion. So hard to judge.
Foul stroke, illegal contact, ball in hand.
Well, at least he's not left a 1-9 combo now. That little
Stop
nudge
it.
on the 9. I mean, Jayson's still favourite to run these balls out.
Foul stroke, illegal contact, ball in hand.
It was a great safety shot by Jayson to start this rack out after Kazakis missed the 1 ball. That has carved out this opportunity. 7 ball. He's in a little funky position just because of the 9. That's not Jayson's best shot. He's landed on the wrong side of the 3. So now, I think if he runs the cue ball through, the cue ball would hit the 8 ball. So he might have to stun it just below. If it flicks the 8, it's okay. Oh, it just missed the 8, so he's leaving it long. Now this is a tricky shot. I don't know if he's going to try and stun it out into the middle. Oh, he's made that look very easy indeed.
Eagle eye.
I suppose it does feel a little bit easier when your 4s are up, mind. Another nice shot on the 7, and it's been a pretty easy match for sure, really. Won a lot of quick, fast racks, hasn't he, Phil?
Yes, and this is role reversal for Alexander Kazakis, who won a match in the first sessions today. 5-0 over Naoki Oi.
Jayson Shaw wins the rack. And the match
Jayson Shaw makes quick work of that one. He's back in a winning habit. Scotland beats Greece. And it's a clean sweep for Shaw. So that ends the day, and this is how everything looks. We'll start at the bottom of the table. Poor old Max Lechner has 1 point from 10 matches. At least he's got a win on the board finally. Also on 1 point, Eklund Kachi. At least he's got a couple of matches in hand, but he's had an awful day. So frustrating in so many different ways. Then, Alicia Schaap, Skylar Woodward and Mieszka Fortunski. They're all on 3 points. Fortunski making something of a comeback after a slow start to the group. Kelly Fisher is just outside the top 10. Only on racks difference though. She's on 4 points together with Naoki Oi and Omar Al Shaheen. So let's take a look at the top